let's continue on. Now, at this point, we're going to need a place for both our smith and our tailor built. We still need a home for our farmers, and probably to make the farms more of a permanent fixture. We need a home for our trapper, Zangiri. I feel that given that Zangiri does most of their work, actually they're kind of in and out, really. Maybe having an outside house would make sense for Zangiri, actually. Maybe somewhere around here, maybe we could have it more central. Maybe a little house down there, maybe. Actually, yeah, that might not be too bad if we just chop away those trees. We could have a house for Zangiri there. Because Zangiri has been working their butt off for a long time. Doesn't need to be much, because it's not like they have any real function in the sense of... Ooh, is that... that's my small pear tree. They don't have any functional workshop elements, so... Oh, that's really interesting. You can stunt a tree's growth. That is not something I've seen before. But that is actually really, really cool. I mean, not for the tree, obviously, but... Bilal, your high body of 4 means your... Your high body of 4 with your high mind probably means you're going to be in the military. Plus, this. Courageous. But I need to build up the military a little bit further before we can get into that. Because realistically, I mean, in a squad, I don't need more than 2 archers. 3 is nice. But I'd prefer to have 2 squads, each with 2 archers, than have 1 squad with 3. If that makes sense. Belial will not do well as a cleric of any sort, because that runs more or less straight off your spirit, as does your courage, so your willingness to back out of a fight. So we're probably looking, again, you've got a decent body, so probably means you're gonna get involved in something like swordplay. So probably a footman rather than a knight. So instead of tanking, you'll just be a DPS, because ideally the knight will have already taken all the aggro off you. Likewise, there are certain jobs that don't really craft things. For example, a trapper. Trapper doesn't craft anything. The shepherd, though, the shepherd you want to have high mind. High spirit, because you want them to be able to tend to the animals well. Farmer probably doesn't need high mind. But right now, we don't need just... Yeah, all of the jobs that we're kind of looking at right now, we want them to be able to make masterworks. But I think probably farmer or trapper, once our food requirements start to increase, and they will. Or, as I said, in the military, but probably either as a bowman. Because actually, having an archer with low... what was the low spirit? I keep getting it confused with mine, because I think of, like, willpower and courage coming from your brain. But having an archer with low courage is actually useful, because they won't hang around and fight something, which they should. They'll just bail. There are, with the traditional clerics, there was quite a lot of kind of meta around just having a large group of clerics, but all of them having low spirit. Even though that meant they healed less, it also meant they didn't fight, which was always a problem with them. Just charging in, trying to clobber things with their tomes. That isn't as much of an issue now with Ace, because you have specific combat clerics and ones who are more focused on on healing. So the problem has largely been resolved. Those goblin wolves aren't like normal wolves. They're fast and vicious and unafraid. Run while you can. We don't need to. They're on the wrong side of the town. Of the river, rather. There we go. So yeah, that's the long and short of how I decide what jobs to put people into. Right, now let's fancy up this place a little bit. Want a nice rug just as you enter the door? We'll pop it there, actually. We'll pop one here as well. We will have definitely one in this room. Right there. And finally, we'll have one right here. There we go. Lovely. That will help out a little bit more. Now, how's our tailor doing? Slowly working on this skill. Let's look. Where are you? Really close. Okay. Maybe I will make some thatch fiber then. But I'm not going to maintain it. Just make me 10. Please and thank you. Hi, Aavak, Lord of the Dapper Beard. I'm glad you think my beard is dapper. Casey, thank you very much for the 3 months. 3rd month, 2nd best month. Glad I was able to catch a stream. Hello. But yeah, there's lots of things to look at how you pick out your hearthlings for what jobs to give. It isn't often just a straight up, well, you've got the highest spirit, you've got this, you've got that. It is worth considering how those stats are going to affect them. Because by and large, generally, having a hearthling need a little bit more sleep isn't that much of an issue. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, now that we've got that, you should, ideally, immediately begin work on this. Next to that, we're going to want to queue about 10 of these at all times. So that slides up. And also, the most important, 10 of these at all times. That slides up. I want leather more than I want cloth because leather is more useful for me in a general sense. There's a lot more things that I can do with that. Summer Straw Worker's Hat. No. Upgraded Worker's Outfit. This will give, what is it? Grant status lightly bundled. Damage from freezing weather is very slightly reduced. Super duper useful for us. At least until we can get up to like Winter Worker Parker. But for now, this is good enough. Double stitching and strategically placed padding improves the worker's efficiency. The worker who dons this upgrade outfit will move faster, but also will be ever so slightly more insulated. Simple and efficient, protects the wearer from sunstrokes. I don't think we got any worry about that. Not here. I want a woven supply basket to always be maintained. The reason why I want a woven supply basket always maintained is because we use those to make the bee scaps, and I always want to have 1 bee scap in reserve. And finally, we're going to be able to grow out our hives. Okay. Farmer Gems supply cart. Do we need anything here? I'm kind of tempted to take the eggs, honestly, but like, yeah, grab all the vinegar. You know what? No, not right now. Thank you, but no. It is appreciated, though, that you dropped by. Right, now, we want over here daylilies. There we are. Yellow aromatic herbs. Finally. Finally, some yellow herbs. Now, with the woven supply basket, we will find... Oh! There we are. Got a claret stone. Woohoo! Now, one word on skills. Whenever someone changes a job, they lose all progress that they have towards their current next skill level in their trade. They go back to the base level that they were at. Which is why, when you're training up someone, wait until they're at the beginning of a new level before you switch them. That being said, however, 'tis time for us to get Moose Moose, the prolific crafter, to become our first cleric. And the reason for this one is because Moose Moose has the professor trait. Will help people gain experience in the basics of their class, though their explanations tend to be a bit long-winded. Whenever they talk to someone, that person gains a little bit of experience in that person's job. So having a cleric with the professor trait means that your entire army gets a tiny little bit of more experience every time they have a chat. And if they're patrolling with each other, they chat a lot. So, time at long last for us to get... Now, the other one is a brewer. Man, we suddenly have a lot of reason to have loads of herbalists. Damn. Alright, promoting to cleric. And with that, we are switching the beds around as well. This now becomes T's room. And this is going to go to whoever our next cleric is. Who we shall find out now. No, Vanya, you are way too good at too many things. But the next person is going to be made into a brewer. That's such a good set of stats. However, I'm sure we'll get someone else who's amazing one day. Yeah, we're going to make Vanya Loswen a herbalist just as soon as Moose Moose relinquishes their herbalist staff. Alcorp, I mean... yeah, I suppose so. You could make Alcorp the next herbalist, I suppose. But they're not... I don't... Yeah, they're working up to level 6 as a farmer, so I'm not particularly inclined to switch them over just yet. Not particularly inclined just yet. Yeah, I think we're going to get Vanya to switch over. You're going to be our new herbalist apprentice. And eventually you're going to be our brewer. Because I want someone who can make masterwork tea. Yes, the brewer is the one that makes the tea. If that isn't enough reason, I just don't know what is. There we go. That should now be... should show that... Yeah, there we are. Good. Alright. Now then. At this point, I want my... archers to patrol, along with Moose Moose. If we have a look at Moose Moose's character sheet, they are probably going to be much higher than usual on a couple of things. Because they've had a lot of opportunity to level up. Their HP is going to be quite high. Carrying a large healing potion around with them, that's nice. But here we are, Cleric Apprentice. Healer training. Cleric can use sheep tamed... What? Really? What? This is definitely something added by Ace recently as well. Fantastic. Oh, actually, no, you're right. They're animal testing on sheep. Wow. But that being said, they are testing their healing art on sheep. So, And then healing aura. The cleric's presence heals everyone around them periodically. Okay. Now, let's have a quick gander. What else can I make here? I can make a fine tome of healing. Improves the cleric healing done by a cleric. Make one, please. And once you can, make one of these as well. But getting gold dust is going to be a while. Professional beekeeper's hat. Provides protection when working with bees. Simple beekeeping hat. Provides protection when hauling and passing by bee skeps or nests. A simpler and lighter variant for all the field workers out there. So, stings won't be a problem with this halfling. Any field worker or worker. Whereas this is equipable by any crafter. Okay? Always have one. Or both. Because we are going to have so many bees. So many bees. There we go. What do I like? Oh, I like clay. Ouch. Wow, alright then. I need to bear that in mind in the future. Pick up some clay the next time we get a chance. Alright, let's have a look at glory. We need more small healing tonics and some light bandages now. We need to make sure that we're keeping a supply of those. So, small healing tonics. We can just make straight up regular healing tonics at this point. Equipable by any. Oh, right, no, that I see. And then we've got large healing tonics down there, which are, again, equipable by any. But let's make another... Let's rise that up to 20. And that will be added towards the bottom of the list. The reason for that is that it'll make sure I've got 10, and then it'll make other things. And then, if there's nothing else to do, it'll make 20. But I also needed some light bandage, I think it was. It wasn't coarse bandage, I'm fairly certain. It was a light bandage. Bandage can also be used for fire wounds. Better woven cloth and herbs for cleaning any cut. Efficiently treats wounds up to high severity. A rough gauze meant for pressurizing an impact wound. Efficiently treats wounds up to medium severity. Because there's different types of wounds now, you know. Common salve. I think we're making rough salve. Treats wounds of medium severity. Piercing wound. These treat worse piercing wounds and require honey for that as well. Okay. Got a couple of things that we might need to make a few items of. Let me just double check. You know, light bandages. So that'll be these. Okay. Actually, how many ones do we need? We need only 5, yeah. So let's make... we're going to have 10. I would like those to exist about here. This is a weak anti-poison. I think I've only got aromatic herbs, sadly. Unless dried algae can be used as a bitter herb, really? Can it? Oh! Well. Well then. Yes. Maintain 5. That should be right at the bottom of the queue. Because it's an ingredient. But there we go. That's actually really good. Okay, well that means that we're going to be able to have some antitoxin potions. And actually we'll be able to make strong antitoxin potions too. Wow, okay, this is actually quite good. We're going to be able to make a full collection of important potions here. And then finally the strong antitoxin potion. There isn't a strong, sadly, healing pot, it seems. Strength tonic, small healing tonic used by the herbalist to recover a tiny amount of health. Healing tonics. Am I making any of these? Not really. Weak antidote. I mean, these are applied by the herbalist. Fever cordial. I need a basket of fungi, milk, and vinegar. Okay. Can be used for treating infections of any severity. Okay, fair enough. That's actually pretty good. Strong antidote. I can make some of that now. But healing tonic is really where it's at for us for the most part. Neat salve. Treats wounds of extreme severity. I'm fairly certain that the doctor will make... will add any item that they need to treat something, or I might have turned that off. So yeah, we might need to observe this for a little while, but for the time being, that seems reasonable. Now, with all of that going down, do I have what it needs? Yep, I do. We want many, many more beehives, because we're going to need a lot of honey. We're actually going to need an awful lot of honey. Okay, well, that was actually awesome. You set up a small healing potion, not the small healing tonic. Oh. Right, let me double check that then. Ah, yes, I did. Yeah, no, you're quite right. Quite right. Thank you very much. There we are. Thanking you. And there we go. I really do love what they've done with the herbs. I really find this system so much more engaging than the previous one. So much more engaging. Okay, let's have a look at our tailor and how they're doing. I could make curtains. I could make wall-mounted oh, maybe those would be better than the lights. I don't know, maybe. We can make curtain doors. So I could replace some of the doors that we've got around the place with curtains instead. That would actually be kind of cool. Am I making the bee hats? Yes, keeping one of each. So given that, I am going to set up our weaver to do much the same. And keep one summer straw hat. Is it useful? Probably not right now. We will slowly replace these with the better options as they become available to us. And that's mostly going to be as we get higher levels. But thankfully, because almost everyone is going to want to equip this, the entire colony is going to need one, which means we're going to get fairly good levels fairly quickly at that. We can now make a carpenter's bone saw. So we can now have a carpenter as well. It's actually kind of amazing. Bone chests, 64 items. I mean, it's ultra fancy. I don't know what else to say. It's just super fancy. How does one make fine stuffing? It's probably a weaver recipe, isn't it? Fine stuffing needs level 3. Okay, fair enough. Any feather, wool, or cotton? Alright, well, we will get to that eventually, and then we'll start making fine stuffing. It's going to be great. Sadly, we've got nothing else to make here for now, though I could make some iron tools, I guess. I could make a knight's shield. Additionally, I could make a short sword. I could make a circlet. All sorts of things. We'll see. But have I got any items to place? I've got another beehive, actually. That one should already have a hive. Yeah, it already does. Right, you're ready for harvesting. Need house for bees. Handled by the herbalist. Won't produce during the winter. It's fine. We're going to want quite a few of these beehives up and running. While it's game sighted, not something that we need to worry about. Okay, little by little we're getting there. Oh wow. Right, this room has been emptied out. Time to pop in a couple of beds. Somewhere for people to sleep. I know it's not inside the colony, and that does suck. I agree. But it is also warm, so, you know, just gonna have to make do. At least you're not gonna be sleeping on the floor. You know, anymore. Right, I want another branch over here because we need to start branching out some more. We definitely need a lot more mining going on. Could send this out in that direction, but yeah, actually I think I will. No, we'll go deeper into the mountain. Nice, we've a level 3. All we needed. We'll check in the daily update in a second. And there we go. That should keep our miners busy for a little bit. Right, daily update. Yes! Okay, next name. It shall be Oak 17804. Oak to their friends. Right. There you are. Let's have a look at you. 653. Not bad. And you are a passionate engineer. Once again, excellent. So that means you're going to be going into blacksmithery as soon as I've got a hammer made for you. So we'll have a blacksmith and then a blacksmith's apprentice, and then eventually we'll move on to having an engineer and probably an engineer's apprentice. 2 engineers are going to be very good because it means we're going to be able to place a decent amount of traps down, but also we're going to be able to repair things very quickly. How are the ferrets? Ferrets are doing really well. Thank you very much for asking. Take care, L4. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Have a good one. Can't you hear the howling? There are goblin wolves in the woods. No, they're not. It's a lie, unless that's not a lie this time. Is it a lie? Not seeing any goblin wolves yet. I do, however, see some goblin wolves over there. Herbalist level 2. Well done. Increasingly, people are going to have the gear they need to keep warm. In fact, at this point, I mean, I can start laying down some fine stuffing. Sure, maintain 5 fine stuffing at any time. We'll slot that in after the cloth, though. It's not as important to me initially. However, backpacks, yes, always maintain 1 and maintain it at the top of the list. Workers with backpacks won't be slowed down by carrying things and will pack and unpack faster, which is amazingly useful. Simple worker parka. Create a tepid leather outfit. Protects from cold weather, but with no added benefits. Damage from freezing weather is reduced, and they're immune to frostbite. Very much desired. With this weather, exceptionally much desired, actually. And this is how we're going to be slowly leveling, or actually not even slowly, we're going to be very quickly leveling up our tailor this way. Can you make me another chest? But you can make this, so... Oh, you might have already made that, actually. Thinking about it. Let's go and have a look. Do I have one to make? Yes, I do. Sorry, to place, rather. Okay. Go. Get a little bit more cold storage. I do need to add some lights in there, probably, but for now... Actually, we could get some lantern... Yeah, we could get a candle over there, maybe 2 candles here. Some candles along the side walls as well. Yeah, I think that would actually be quite nice. Let's get a bunch of candles made. Not a lot of them. When playing as the Northern Alliance, candles are my preferred item for lighting an area. Well, actually, that being said, let's smarten it up a little bit and have some floor candle holders as well. Make that place really stand out. There you are. I think with a little hood on, maybe? Let's have a look at you. You are bundled. So, yes, you've definitely... Yeah, you've got the simple worker Parker. Nice. Already getting advantages from this. Aavak, are you and Sheila excited for the new Story of Seasons game coming soon? Yep. I mean, I can't speak specifically for Sheila being excited, but Sheila has mentioned it a few times. Music makes me want to watch Lord of the Rings. I feel like I am in the Shire. I know, right? And it gets nicer with each hearth upgrade you get. There we go, some beautiful candles. Let's get these in place. Let's pop these down. There we go. Shahana May, thank you very much for the raid there. Welcome, raiders. I am currently just adding a little bit of lights to our eatery in the middle of a blizzard. And slowly improving the look of our Stonehearth colony. Pause that for a moment. A graze of raccoons is headed from my farms. No, they are not. They cannot get through my expertly built tunnels and doors to get to said farms. Lies. I love this game. Oh, I'm so glad. Well, that answers the next question I had for you, which is, are you familiar with Stonehearth? If not, then I can explain what it is. But if you are familiar already, then yes, welcome to the town. I'll give you a quick overview of the town. We have a pretty well defended little area. We've built walls without gates to the sides. These are right now kind of makeshift barracks for us. But they're really there mostly to help with defenses. Same on this side. Little barracks there. But we have a way in. And that is through this tunnel. Or a way out, rather. And yes, lots of temporary sleeping arrangements right now, I'm afraid. But this is going to be the main way into the colony. You come through here, down through this tunnel area. We've got some tiered areas that will eventually be for turrets to help out in defending and holding this door, but ultimately we will have our army probably responding to that at that point. Over here we have access up onto the upper levels. We have a fairly humble little stairway up there. I tend to build everything fancy, I guess. I don't ever just do ladders unless it's extremely temporary. So they can walk up along here and they get access out there. That does remind me, I do need to make some sort of fire pit and add some decorations around there as well. Down here we have our mine, with complete with gargoyles. This place is much more simplistic, though I've made room for a very grand entryway. And then we've just got some mine shafts dug down. Over here we've got a room that is currently just as, again, temporary sleeping arrangements, but I'm not sure what we're going to put in there. I've shaped it though so that we can put something fancy in there at some point if we want to. Perhaps some sort of storage. I'm not really sure, but this is going to be our main mine, largely being used at the moment to gather up materials for our mason. And thank you very much, Bilal, for the shout out there. Diolch yn fawr, mate. You're playing Minecraft. Oh, wonderful. Are you playing modded or vanilla Minecraft? Down here we have our mason's home. Just a little area with complete with their own seating, and then the actual mason's workshop. I'm slowly moving through the process of building workshops for my various hearthlings. Over here we've got the master herbalists area. Got a bedroom complete with a little workshop, outdoors workshop, and a bunch of planters. I'm slowly replacing the smaller planters with the larger, much more efficient ones. We've got some aquatic planters down here as well. We've got some tree planters where I'm making walnuts and pears. We've got a couple of berries out there. And here's the apprentice herbalist's house just down here. Just a bed and a little bit of furnishings. We have 2 spots for hunting. We've got the trapper over there, trapper there. We've got a couple of fields. And then this is the most recent building that we made. My rather large eatery. Craft to Exile. It's like modded Craft to Exile. It's like Minecraft and Diablo had a weird child. Well, considering some of the things that are just normal for Diablo, that is incredibly intriguing. If it doesn't look nice, then what is temporary lasts almost all of the playthrough, if not Aavak approved. If it doesn't look nice, that is true. Oh, pretty much anything that I haven't invested a large amount of time in is ultimately temporary and may be temporary for quite some time. This is the eatery, so we've got the main area with an indoors fire pit as well. We're slowly setting up the lighting in there. And we've got an outdoor section as well. The marked area here is for fencing that I will get to at some point. Here's the kitchen. This is a functional, well, I mean, I say functional, but it is a functional chimney in that it is a hole all the way down. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but I'm under the impression that you can make it so that it can like puff smoke, but it might require a bit of building finagling. Maybe having some sort of brazier or something at the top of the chimney just so that it produces smoke. I'm not sure. But this is the main kitchen room. We've got some cold storages. One of them I need to set up right now, actually. We want prepared food, and yeah, we'll just go with prepared food for now. There we go. Over here we've got the cook, the master cook's bedroom. Out here is going to be a little decorative garden for the cook. No food herbs unless they're particularly aromatic ones. Just a little nice area, maybe get a bench or something there. But up the stairs we go to what will eventually be a brewing area. And then out here, some room for some herb garden, primarily for food herbs, so aromatic mostly. And that's where we are so far. It's forever temporary. What? No. No. Well, maybe. It depends on if we get suddenly taken out. Then I guess it would be forever temporary, but presently we're working on our Weaver is very, very hurriedly making bunches of workers' parkas. And we're slowly getting everyone set up so that they're no longer as affected by the cold. They'll always be a little bit affected by it, but slowly getting better. But I'm thinking that we either need to get rid of some of our pear and walnut saplings over here. And there's a good chance we will. In order to have the trapper's house here. I think that actually might be really nice. We could even have 2. We could have 2 little houses back to back. I'm really liking that idea. Because the trapper's place doesn't need to be particularly large. There's no workshop attached to it. And likewise with the farmer, we could do that as well. We could have them both just for there. Now the brewer... I guess I could have the brewer living in the brewery, but I'd rather not, really. I'm going to be honest. I'd rather have the brewer live next door. So maybe we'll go with that. We're not actually that far off net worth for another migrant. But yeah, I think we are, in fact, because we've got enough walnuts and pears that I can easily replace them. So, with that in mind, yeah, let's go ahead. Sad though it may be, I'm going to get rid of a walnut and a pear tree, and I'm instead going to plant some elsewhere. So we want another walnut tree. Can be there. Walnut tree sapling there. We'll have a couple of walnut trees over here. And a few pear trees as well. And another walnut tree. That'll be interesting enough for now. Got another beehive that we can place down. I'm not sure if there's anything in there. A grizzled traveller reappears. Hello there. Anyone still home? Congratulations are in order. If that's the sort of thing you care about. I've been up and down the area, and it seems you've taken care of the bulk of the goblins around these parts. Not saying you won't see a straggler or two come to harass you, but good job, all in all. He didn't do anything. Just let nature take its course. Here's a gift I've collected from some of the neighbouring towns. Everyone's sleeping easier tonight because of you. I just allowed a blizzard to kill all the goblins. Because the goblins don't appreciate the benefit of having some finely woven pockets. The fools. Vanya has achieved Herbalist level 3. Well done. And Orin is already Weaver level 4. The bees are beehiving themselves, I see. Shh. There we are. Level 4 is pretty amazing for our Weaver already. Let's go ahead and check out what we can do here. So at level 4, got all sorts of armors that we can make. Fair enough. Got various curtain doors, which is quite nice actually. We aren't yet at the wall-mounted tapestry stage, but we're getting close. We are all the way up to the decorative throw rug, which is a 10 appeal. Much better than the fur rug. Right. We're currently making the simple worker parka. We can now make a summer crafter bonnet. Straw worker hat, any field worker or worker. Whereas this is any crafter, so I guess we're going to set that up. Honk. Now that one requires any wool. That's going to be harder to come by. Now, the winter worker parka requires to find stuffing, so that's where that one's going to really start coming into its own. Grant status bundled. Damage from freezing weather is reduced and they're immune to frostbites. So, a heavy wool coat for cold winter nights. The worker who dons this outfit will move faster. So this one combines the basic worker outfit there with just being a little bit warmer as well. So it's actually super useful. Pop that in. And we will... Oh, wait. I am only crafting those. I am not maintaining. I'm a derp. It'll be easier to manage this, so I go over here. Let's remove that one. Yep. There we go. Right, so I want to maintain these. There we go. And as we go through this, we are starting to get to the point where we're going to have spiky and then eventually fire quivers. Wolfhelm. That's for a swordsman, sadly. But I would like one... Well, actually, I guess I'll take two spiky quivers. We've got the feathers. That's literally why we've got them. And then as soon as I can, I would like two of these as well. Fire quivers. Now, you can tell the archer what type of quiver to use, I believe. So, there's padded gambeson. The footman. Padded northern cap. It's footman. Chitin, we're not actually gathering any chitin, so that won't help us. But it's actually quite cool to have the protection there from poison. Ultimately, you can get all the way up to cleric's mantle. Oh, actually, the mantle might be quite nice for everyone, I think. Yeah, I think that is quite a useful one for everyone. Never mind. We'll get there. Leatherworker is getting a lot of levels.